Yes, people, welcome back to Let's Talk Premier League. We're here for the Liverpool show. I'm joined by Gini and Tyler. How are we both doing?
Good, all good. Nerves kicking in for Sunday, but how can you not be smiling if you're a Liverpool fan right now?
No,
I'm all
it's
good.
against
I'm all
United.
good. I had a few
Unbelievable.
problems earlier with trying to do my own stream, but I made sure I was on this one. So yeah, hopefully I'll be doing that after though.
Yeah, hopefully. Some comments here. DF says Salah will be put in a containment facility. What against United? I don't think so. United will be on PTSD after the Liverpool game. Nobody is better than the king. Mo Salah, Ronaldo is shit. I hear that. Chris Stokes says, I'm watching the West Ham game as I'm watching. Love to see it. Love to see it. I forgot West Ham were playing, to be honest. But
yeah, I've got them on as well.
We'll start
I know all about it. Said that to West Ham fan in the front room, so I know all about it.
Oh, nice. So we'll start at the very beginning when you faced Mr. Pizza Man, Mr. Tiki Taka. That game was a bit of a shit show for Watford, but if you're a Liverpool fan, and I'm gonna be as blunt as I possibly can. Why the fuck was Klopp moaning that he couldn't have two of his players against Watford when you beat them 5-0? Like, come on, let's be real now.
Well, to be fair, we didn't expect a Watford team to come out like that with a new manager bounce, a very good, highly respected manager. They've had a longer prepare for us because not many of their players go into international break. I certainly did not think it was going to be that comfortable. I thought it was going to be really tight. We don't have a great record at Vicarage Road, but look, in the end, all's well that ends well. We don't have much to complain after the game. 5-0, absolute thrashing, one of the best performances we've seen us play in ages. Yeah, it was just unbelievable. So nothing to worry about in the end.
Yeah, I mean Firmino got a hat trick as well, didn't he?
Yeah, lovely. I actually think Firmino's reinvented himself this season. That's what it looks like with his goal against Norwich. In pre-season, it looked like he was becoming more of a poacher, and then Watford goals certainly back it up. You never see Bobby Firmino score goals like that, where he's literally on the line tapping them in, and that's what we'd love to see more of. That's what Liverpool are missing, a poacher that'll finish the chances, and that's exactly what Firmino did. The chances came, easy chances, and he did it. And I think Salah's changed his game as well. He's the one creating now. He's doing Firmino's role of last season's, where he drops in deep, he takes some players on, and then he creates. And it's at the minute it's working absolutely fantastically. Our away record at scoring is unbelievable. 5 against Porto, 5 against Watford, 3 against Atletico, which is the first time under Simeone at the Wanda. So it's really working well, and it'll be massive for his confidence.
Yeah, I hear that. What about you, Tyler? Watford's the Watford game, thoroughly easy game for you lot.
Yeah, especially in the end. Obviously you came onto my channel. We done Premier League predictions, and I wasn't the most confident due to the at Vicarage Road, the record.
Yeah.
The players that were missing. There was loads of things going into that where I weren't confident. New manager bounce, everything like that. But yeah, it turned out to be very easy in the end. It's one of them things about Salah, isn't it? Even if he's not scoring, he's always doing something big. Like to start off the pass to Mane, that was exceptional. And great by Mane, first touch. Firmino just being in the right place at the right time, all of his goals. Salah with an unreal goal yet again. It's just brilliant performance. I expected more from Watford, but I my thoughts. I don't like Watford, so I was obviously gassed.
Talking to Watford though, their cycling goalkeeper has gotten a little bit of stick, hasn't he? For
good.
Good.
Why? What
I hate him.
So I'm saying it. I can't stand him.
It was so satisfying to see Salah put him on his arse after him calling him a penalty merchant last season. If that was my keeper, it's all fun and games, and I like it, but I just think it's unprofessional. He does podcasts with Chelsea shirts on. It's just, I don't know. I just think he's weird.
I feel
I
he's supposed to be more of a celebrity than a footballer.
Yeah.
He's a former United lad as well, wearing a Chelsea shirt as a former
I know.
United lad. I can't imagine Gary Neville or Paul Scholes allowing that sort of shit. Although, to be
He
fair, they
even
allow
wearing
all
Birmingham shirts, isn't he?
Yeah, but Birmingham ain't too bad.
Oh yeah, he did with Casadini.
Unless he played for Villa. Did he play for Villa?
No, he didn't.
No.
Don't really follow into him like that. But...
Yeah, no. I mean, if once he puts on a Liverpool shirt, I think United fans will be like, "Nah, fuck this shit. He's done." Not that I think he'll ever go down as as a United legend. Like, let's be fair. They're probably
Genka winning.
Are they?
He's offside. Sorry, no, carry on.
That helps. I mean, didn't he do an interview with Salah after the game for his channel?
I don't know. I've not watched it. I've blocked his YouTube channel. I don't like him.
Yeah, I don't watch him, so wouldn't like.
Blocked his YouTube channel. Love it. But yeah, we'll go to some comments. Come on the pools. Salah been creating since his rival. I don't get this. Salah has started to show his creativity this season. Are Genk good, or what are they like since they played Liverpool? Genk are a decent team. They produce ballers. Genk have a 27-year-old striker who has 11 headed goals last season. Gini, Foster, Captain Salah. Big up the panel. Everyone see AC Roma lost 6-1 to a Norwegian team today.
Jose Mourinho.
Mourinho out. No Max in the comments. I wonder why. I don't know. Why would Max not be in the comments? I'm confused. Not for the first time, and nor do I think for the last time. Curtis Jones got injured on international duty. Well, he got a knock that prevented him playing the first game. And as Klopp said, they absolutely had to play him against Andorra, which, and then he couldn't get hold of the English FA. Gini, I'll start with you. Klopp, is he going to one day punch the FA, or what's he going to do to him?
He needs to give that England under-21 manager a German headbutt, the tosser. What the heck was he thinking against Andorra? You follow England more than me, Niall. I'm not bothered about them, to be honest. What do you know his name? Because Boyfroyd got sacked, didn't he?
No, I don't know his name. We've just gone and got some unknown twat.
Yeah, well, we'll call it. Well, I don't know what he can possibly think. He clearly actually needed Curtis because he created the goal. It was a great run as well. So yeah, that's a shame. Our midfield crisis is slowly becoming like our defensive crisis last season. I'd like us to sign someone before January so we can get him in for the start with African Cup of Nations as well. But yeah, after him just coming back from an injury, then it's a professional football manager who's somehow representing the country decides that it's okay to play him. I couldn't tell you what he was thinking.
Gini's flabbergasted. But no, it's Andorra, for fuck's sake. Are you telling me that we can't beat Andorra with the abundance of under-22 talent, under-21 talent we've got? Please tell me that's not what we're saying. When we've got the likes of...
Why wasn't your star boy called up?
What, to the under-21s? Don't disrespect Greenwood like
that. Well, if he's not in the... If he's not in
the seniors, he can go on holiday. Right? If Mason Greenwood in the senior side, there is no way on this planet he is going to the under-21s. I'm surprised Curtis Jones even goes there. I'm surprised Curtis Jones goes, you know what? Yeah, I'll go to the under-21s. He should realistically just tell the under-21s to do one. I'll just wait for seniors. Because Curtis Jones shouldn't have to, sort of humiliate himself by going to the England under-21s. Right, we're just talking about how Curtis Jones got a knock and couldn't play your last two games because the England under-21 manager desperately needed him against Andorra, as Jurgen Klopp politely told everyone, and then said he couldn't get hold of the English FA. and I think Jurgen was slightly pissed off.
I must have missed all this, but I mean, that sounds shocking. That's utterly ridiculous. We're talking in an era where players get paid hundreds of thousands of pounds, and that sounds crazy. Sorry, I wasn't aware of that.
No, it's okay. It's one of those things that I think he picked up a knock in training. He didn't play the first game, so he didn't make him play the first game. He was on the bench for the second game. And they absolutely needed him to come onto the pitch. So they played an injured player to come on and then make that injury just slightly worse. And now, Jurgen couldn't pick him for the last 2 games. Yeah, it's like, and Jurgen is beyond, well, we all know what happens when you get picked for a 12-15 kickoff or 12-15.
Who's the under-21 manager at the moment? Which I don't even know.
I need to Google it. I need to.
Yeah, no, but I just want to remember the moron's name for next time he does something stupid, because that's absolutely ridiculous.
Under 21 manager is Lee Carsley, former Everton midfielder.
Oh my days!
Of course it is. A former Everton midfielder.
Says it all.
He's Irish. Oh no, he's born in England, but he played for Ireland. Do you want to know what is? Oh my god, it gets even better. Right, so his history is Coventry City, Brentford Development Squad, Brentford, Man City under-18s, Birmingham under-23s, caretaker at Birmingham, England under-20s, and England under-21. And he made 166 appearances for Everton. No wonder he went and picked the injured Liverpool lad to go play in that game. But Jurgen couldn't get hold of the English FA because I think, Jurgen normally has a hissy fit when you pick for 12:30 kickoff. So I can imagine when you play him on division injured players that Jurgen is frothing at the mouth and is probably going to headbutt you. But how bad is that he couldn't get hold of the FA? Like, genuinely.
I mean, surely there must be at least a few people you can speak to there, not just one. Like, it's fair enough if one person was away on annual leave or something, even that's utterly ridiculous. But the Football Association for the United whole of England.
Could you imagine if they're just sat in the office going, Jurgen's on the phone, should we just let it ring? He's probably... Oh, what? Lee played Curtis Jones? Fuck that. We'll just let that ring. We'll pretend we weren't home. Turn off the lights in case he comes to the FA. But imagine if it was the other way around. Oh, he would have got absolutely demolished. Chris says FA stands for fucking assholes. I'm pretending to be shocked about the FA. Yeah, the FA are a weird bunch. But yeah. That means Jurgen probably won't manage England anymore. That's very upsetting. But hey ho, we've got Southgate. I'll just cry later. But moving on to Watford. Jurgen moaned that he couldn't have Alisson and Fabinho. It turned out he didn't really need them. Nor did you really need Salah, Mane, or the rest of them, or your defence. You could have probably given Van Dijk and Matip the day off as well.
Jurgen could have probably taken off just from the sideline just by shouting at Watford, and that would have done the trick.
He could have probably he could have probably played the under-21s with Firmino up front. That's all you technically needed. What was your thoughts on the game there?
I mean, it was one of those games that you come away from thinking, "Damn, we've got a good team." You know, it was even though Watford weren't the strongest opposition, it was just a fun game. Yeah, that's a bit of an understatement, but just to watch us play that great football, not give them an opportunity or not give them a chance until the 75th, 80th minute, and just to play beautiful football. We didn't take our foot off the gas. We were chasing every ball down up until the last minute. And I said to a couple of guys who I chat to regularly, someone's going to get slapped pretty soon because there's quite a few games where we would get maybe 2 or 3 goals, but create so many more chances, and inevitably Watford was the one.
Yeah, I thought. Well, you got Norwich first game of the season, didn't you? And you slapped them 3-0. But yeah, Watford probably inevitable that they were going to get slapped by someone, and it's no surprise that it was Liverpool. Velv, what about you? If you are there,
Hello.
what did you make of the Watford game?
A routine performance. We finally beat Manager Bounce FC. That's what I like to call them. Sack managers, get a manager bounce, hopefully win games. That's who they are. And yeah, it's good. That game became a record for us as we're the first team in the English side to score 3+ goals in last 7 away games. So that's good. That we're scoring 3+ goals every game now. And yeah, I just want to see Ben Foster's vlog. I'm just waiting for it. I don't know why you guys hate him. I don't know why you hate him, Gini.
Because he's an idiot. He needs to grow up. He's 38 years old. He takes a vlog to a football game. I thought that's what like the 16-year-olds do. He's a professional footballer, but he's the most unprofessional footballer I've ever seen. If it was and then he slagged Salah off just for him to put him on his arse.
No, and he said I think he said that in one podcast he said Salah's the greatest Premier League winger of all time. I think.
Yeah, now he did because Salah took it personally.
No, he said it before. He said it like ages ago.
No, I've
Velv,
seen him calling him a penalty merchant.
Velv, you're arguing with a lad who said that he wouldn't celebrate if England won the World Cup if Pickford scored the winner.
And Sterling, yeah.
And Sterling, you are literally arguing with someone who would not celebrate England winning the World Cup if Pickford or Sterling scored the goal. Like,
No,
genuinely,
to be honest, Lee Judges wouldn't celebrate a Kane goal.
Yeah, I know, but you're debating someone who would refuse to celebrate England winning the World Cup if Sterling or Pickford scored the winner. Like, this is the level of man you are debating. You do not win that debate. But moving on, because we are going to preview your clash against some team called Manchester at the weekend. But before we do that, you had a little bit of an issue in Madrid. And when I say issue, the Athletic have blamed it all on Naby. Now, I don't really like Naby too much, but I don't think it's fair to blame. Well, you can't like everyone, Gini. You can't really blame it all on Naby. Gini, I'll start with you. The Athletic, James Pearce, what do you make of him?
I don't read everything that's on the internet. Look, people are reactionary, and clearly that article was. I don't know. It's just harsh, and it was in he was always going to struggle when he's not in it. When he's got the likes of Felix, Griezmann, Lamar, Rodrigo, De Paul. Atletico have a quality side.
Free Joao Felix. Free him from that prison. They
had a lot of income as well in the summer. Matheus Cunha on the bench, Marcus Llorente was on the bench. Their squad's amazing, and we didn't have Fabinho. So, and Naby's game is not defensive, is it? It's doing what he did in the first 20 minutes. And he's trying to provide for the team, and that volley, which no one will talk about now because he got dribbled past twice, was an amazing. It was an amazing volley. So, look, it is what it is. People can be reactionary. He's not what everyone dreamed he could have been, but he's a player. He's a Liverpool player. We've got to back him. And when he's fit and he's playing and we have Fabinho there, he's a great player.
Yeah, he probably wouldn't make it into the Argyle midfield 3, but that's because we've got sexy Panucci Kamara. Tyler. He's sexy because he'll only score when he wants to, mind you. You
I
want
have
him
no idea who he is.
Oh, you need to look him up. He's a beautiful
He's
human
a
being.
Ballon d'Or nominee.
He is
He should
Ballon
have
d'Or.
got
Do
nominated.
you know what? He deserves to be nominated for a Ballon d'Or more than fucking Mason Mount. That's for sure.
You hate Mount, don't you?
I don't hate Mount. It's just Bonucci
Oh,
Kamara is much better than him. So is Ryan Broom. Unless you've gone swimming on a football pitch, don't talk to me. But if you know, you know. But Tyler, Naby Keita, The Athletic. What do you know the article I'm on about?
No, I haven't actually seen it.
Unbelievable.
Is it the one regarding Keita and him saying that? Yeah. Okay.
What's his name? James Pearson.
James Pearce. Yeah. Basically, he came out and he basically said that the game the other day was emblematic of Naby Keita's career at Liverpool, and that basically he got hauled off at half time and flattered to deceive and all that kind of stuff. Conveniently forgetting that two other midfielders had equally shocking games. And
the headline read, "The good, the bad, and the bench."
Yeah.
anything for clicks.
Well, it's just look, don't get me wrong. Keita wasn't great, but I think he was at least as good as Henderson and Milner. And you would never see an article like that from James Pearce with anywhere near that kind of wording, even if it was just about an individual game where Henderson or James Milner performed poorly. And it's just, yeah. I don't want to throw about the whole race card, because I don't literally think that's the situation. But people need to try and be a little bit objective with these kind of things. And I don't think that article was even remotely objective. We're there to talk about the game in question, not about his Keita. Keita has flattered to deceive, but Milner has been basically a cheerleader and hasn't been particularly good for the last year. He's come on and done it in fits and starts, but that's about it. He was a great player for us, and he has made a great impact, but he's finished now. You can see it.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. You have to be more objective, and to be fair, you can't just blame Naby, because there were 10 other players on that pitch, 2 that were in midfield that equally performed, as you said, shockingly. And to be fair, as Gini said, Naby's job is not as defensive. It's not really his forte. It's more, as Gini said, create something for the team. No, it's a bit of a madness, but I want to talk about the game itself, because the game itself was really bloody interesting. Not that James Pearce would know, because he only watched Naby Keita and then probably fucked off home to write the article. Because believe it or not, I thought there was a lot more to talk about than just Naby Keita. You could have talked about the one penalty and the one potential penalty. The red card where Firmino got a high foot. I thought that was good tackle, to be fair, if I'm being honest. I thought there was absolutely nothing wrong with that tackle. I think Firmino made a little bit too much of it, in my opinion. Tell me I'm wrong. But Gini, start us off. Just talk about the game, because there was so much to dissect in that game that if I was to try and dissect the entire game, we'll be here for the next 5 years.
Oh, it was all a bit too much for my stress levels, to be honest. For first 25 minutes, first 20 minutes, I think it was absolutely unbelievable. The way we went for them in their own backyard, the fiery game, it killed the atmosphere straight away, which was a great atmosphere. It shut that baby up on the sideline for a little bit. And yeah, we did our job in the first 20 minutes to get an early goal, so they didn't have to play Brexit Burnley. And it opened the game up, but unfortunately for us, it kind of opened it up too much, because then we got done. Then we got done on the attack as well. It's the second goal's a great finish from Griezmann. First one, in my opinion, is offside. but maybe I'm a bit biased there. I think Matip can clear that if he's not there. But look, we won the game. I'm not going to complain. And then we get the penalty. What the heck he's doing, I'll never know. So we're pretty lucky that
stupid idiot.
What we even how we even got in that position. And then somehow we've seen it out. It's like you said, it'll take about 5 hours to dissect the game. It was all too much, but it was a professional job in the end. We did it in a side that we don't like playing, in a side that's a great side, Spanish champions. As Klopp said, that's a great achievement. And yeah, they're a good side, and we finally beat them. So revenge for Adrian's disaster class.
What did you make of Griezmann? What did you make of Griezmann's red card? Do you think it was unfair?
No, definite red card. Why his foot shouldn't be up there. It's a high foot, and his studs are showing. So
I thought it was a good tackle. What are you talking about?
Come on,
look, Niall, I can tell you go to like karate school on like
that wouldn't look out of place in WWE. What are you talking about?
Niall, if that was Greenwood instead of Firmino, is that a red card?
Oh mate, Griezmann's getting more than a red card. I can assure you of that.
What?
Yeah, no. Let's obviously. I think we all agree. Letter of the law is a red card. I mean, we've got this precedent there. I just want
to clearly say that I am joking about that.
He's joking. He's joking, everybody. 90 obviously got sent off in the Champions League. Mane got sent off when he did something similar to Ederson. So, yeah, it's clear.
Yeah, you can't have your foot that high. Zachary says, I love cycling goalkeeper. We have athletes here too that have become clubhouse vloggers. It's cool inside look. Yeah, I'll give you that. Salah won't get past Luke Dini Gilberto. You mean that McDonald's Luke Shaw worker? The McDonald's worker.
What kind of shocking banter is that? That is a travesty of a name.
Luke Dini Gilberto. Oh, Jesus Christ. Zachary, cycling goalkeeper replied to my comment. That's decent. Good tackle, never a red. Pick up Mustafa.
Better.
Tyler, talk to me about the Atletico game, just as I say, just as a whole, because if we were trying to dissect the whole thing, then we're not going to have time to banter United.
I'll just give an overall view of it. So obviously it's another 3 points. It's another high-scoring game. All of our games have been high-scoring in the Champions League. But yeah, it was one of them, wasn't it? Where it was nervy at times. The start was unreal, and then the going back to the stuff on Keita earlier. That's harsh because he's more of an attacking midfielder as well. And as you lot said, he wasn't the only player that didn't play so great. But yeah, it's another win, revenge. Simeone was stressed, loved it. So yeah, another 3 points, and it's one of them now where it's really if all we really need is a draw, and we're definitely through. Really.
Yeah, I sort of agree with that. Really, you gotta be through anyway. I mean, you've got Porto and who's the other team? AC Milan. You should get through, but I think Klopp wants to do it as quickly as possible, doesn't he? Because then he can, start taking the likes of Salah and Mane and Trent and Robbo and Fabinho and Hendo, Van Dijk, Matip out of these games and just go, we've got top spots sorted. Right, take them off, him off. Right, chuck on the kids. Right, great. Who are we demolishing at the weekend? Excellent. 12:30 kickoff? Fucking, I'm gonna kill someone. Plays Wednesday night, Saturday morning kickoff. You're fucking joking. Wax out the AK-47. Who am I killing? But Rack, talk about the Atletico game.
You know what? I actually thought it was a poor performance. We started off amazingly, obviously then when it got pulled back to 2-2, I was pissed off, and we let a lot of chances. We let them potentially score a lot of chances. You know, they create some really good opportunities, and we were lucky. You know, we got the win in the end. Ultimately, that's all that matters, and I'm happy we got the win. But I think we need to be a little bit cautious. I said about the Chelsea game last week when they played Brentford that I was glad, even though Chelsea won that game, it showed that teams can actually create quite a few opportunities against Chelsea. I think the XG difference between what Chelsea and Brentford scored was like 1.5 XG. To win under those circumstances, I don't think there's been another game in the Premier League of the 80 odd games that have been played so far. There hasn't been another game with that kind of result where you've given away so many chances and yet won the game. And we had almost the same, so we were very lucky. But we take it and we move on. We just need to be careful because we can't keep giving away good quality chances like that because good teams will punish us.
Yeah, no, I hear that. What about you, Velv?
Fuck Atletico. No, I don't give a shit. Like, I'm glad we beat them. I think it's like the first time we won. Oh, Atletico lost in 4 years in the Champions League at home, so it was good. Yeah, it wasn't the most pretty of performances, but a win is a win. I would take any win, even if it was like an own goal, still wouldn't care. But if we just go through 20 minutes, it's probably the best 20 minutes of the season. The way we were attacking, dominating, Salah proving why he's the best player in the world right now. Keita proving why he's clear of Bruno, scoring in big games. And yeah, after that, it's just, I don't know, lack of concentration. But I put a tweet out saying, like, we can't be using Keita as a scapegoat. Like, it's not fair. In a sense, like, it wasn't even really his fault. The first goal, yeah, he could have done better, but it's actually good play from Atletico to get into the situation there was to get in the cross and score. The second, I'm not blaming Keita. I'm looking at the two centre backs, Van Dijk, Matip. Van Dijk, his positioning was wrong. Matip, I don't know why he's going in for a tackle, stayed position. And then, yeah, the rest speaks itself.
Yeah, I hear that. Now, obviously, you've got a big game on Sunday, so we're going to have probably a 30-minute preview, which is going to include talking about it, probably some shit talking of the opposition, and then we're going to do a combined 11 because I'm going to get the United boys tomorrow to do a combined 11, and we're going to see how similar these combined 11s are. And then I'll decide on Saturday if I need to get a couple of you in to face United boys to basically beat them up. If for example, if they put Maguire Varane instead of like Van Dijk in there, and they put Wan-Bissaka over Trent, then you can sure as hell bet that we're going to have like a preview, and I'm just going to I'll probably be like, Gini, go take on. I don't even know who's going on the United show, but. We'll start with you, Gini. How confident are you that you can turn Ole Gunnar Solskjaer into prime Steve Bruce?
Solskjaer can turn himself into prime Steve Bruce. We don't have to do anything.
But Steve Bruce.
I don't know. I'm nervous because it's realistically we should absolutely smoke him because they're awful. They've got a PE teacher as a manager. The only thing that worries me is that we've got to go to their place with fans. We don't have a good record at all. So I'm bricking it because it's Liverpool United. It's the one game all season that you look to mainly, but it's another big chance to beat them. Realistically, we should beat them. How confident I am, I'm kind of in the middle. I think it can go either way. I'd probably, if I was a betting man, I'd back a draw, to be honest. It's good that we have Fabinho back. It should be back starting. Salah's on the form of his life. Alisson's back to his normal best that we seen before last season. So we're playing really well. If we can tighten up defensively, keep going. We can definitely get at Fridge Freezer. We can definitely get at Fred and McTominay or whoever they play in midfield. So I
think Fred's
I
out.
hope we're not too tired. Is Fred out?
I think he got injured.
Oh, flipping it. That's a disadvantage.
To be fair, if they play Matip, you can also get at Matip. Don't worry about that. Not Matip, Matic.
Matic, yeah. Well, yeah. I don't know. I don't like predicting these games.
You could potentially have another United manager sacked after playing Liverpool at Old Trafford, or at Anfield. Basically after they play Liverpool, you could have another United manager sacked. Is that a good achievement? Jose and Ollie sacked by
no, because it's Ollie. He needs to stay as long as he can possibly stay. I hope we beat him and United can reward them with a 5-year contract.
We've already given him a 3-year with a year optional. But Tyler, United, Old Trafford, not that much of a big game, really.
Well, you'd think that with the way they're playing. At the end of the day, still rivalry, still big rivalry. I can see what Gini's saying about how it's going to be tough. For me, I'm going to be more confident than I have been the last 2 games. Obviously, you'd have seen Niall. I've not been too confident the last 2 games. Atletico Madrid makes more sense. So due to what happened the last time we played before, obviously the game during the week and that. But for me, I do think we'll win this game, but I do think it will be tight. For me, I'll go with wait, you want me to do a score prediction?
No, we'll do score predictions in a bit. But Velvishwan, what about you? How do you see the game going?
If they start Ronaldo, we win. If they start Cavani, it'll be difficult.
If they start Greenwood up front, you lose. I agree.
I know Origi scores a hat-trick.
I don't think so. I don't think that's physically possible. Velv, that was such an amazing insight into the game. I'm so glad I got you on. But Rak, hopefully you can do better than Velv doing one sentence, which is basically if they start Ronaldo, you win. If they start Cavani, it's more difficult. I mean, thank you, Velv. What's your thoughts going into the game?
Look, United have been lucky this season. They've had some of the points and some of the wins they've got have been fortuitous last-minute winners. I think they got a last-minute win against Wolves, and even equalisers. They even had the opportunity to equalise against Villa, I think it was, and they missed a penalty, but they did have the opportunity. They're there for the taking. Klopp takes these games a little bit cautiously. I think the year we just missed out on the league, we went there even though Rashford got injured after the first 3 minutes. They made a couple of subs within the first 20 minutes. He didn't go for a jugular because I think at the time he thought, you know what, go away to United, get a point. In the bigger scheme of things, that's a decent result. Unfortunately, City I think they won 18 out of their 19 games in the second half of the season and won the league. We lost it by a point, so we had an opportunity there to win it, and I think Klopp does take them a little bit more cautiously. We've got an advantage. We're in better form. We need to be cautious to a certain extent, but realise that they're there for the taking if we can create the chances and just be a little bit more concentrated in defence. Don't give away too many sloppy chances because Rashford's just come back and he actually does look sharp as well.
He might not play because he got a dead leg.
Oh really? Oh, yeah. Perfect. Perfect. I like Rashford. I think he's a good person, but if he missed Sunday's game, then I wouldn't be disappointed.
So we'll start with you, Gini. Which players on the opposition most not make you afraid, but which do you think could cause you a few issues?
I know you want to say Greenwood. Yes, Niall, it is Greenwood. Greenwood scares me the most.
Lol.
Rashford, if he makes it, obviously he scored. He scored yesterday. He scored a good goal against Leicester in his first game back as well. Likes scoring against us too. So Rashford, Greenwood.
You don't have to say Ronaldo. It's fine. No one makes him. Anymore.
Nah, Ronaldo's just annoying because he just walks around the box and then scores a header, and everyone thinks he's the GOAT all of a sudden. So,
You're not far wrong.
But it wouldn't surprise me if he scores. This is his forte. But yeah, Rashford and Greenwood are the ones that I think can get at us. Other than that, I don't want to say a good word about a United player.
I hear that. What about you, Tyler?
Obviously your guy Greenwood, Rashford, because as Rack said, coming back looks like he's firing if he is to play. And yeah, we probably do have to say Ronaldo because he is that guy who just be in the box and then score out of nowhere like an RKO. So yeah, other than that, I don't. Maybe Cavani if he starts. I don't know. It depends how they start, isn't it? But yeah, I'd say them players.
Interesting. What about you, Rack?
Look, Greenwood is. If there's one player on United's team that I'm envious of, because I think he's going to be a top player, world class, it's Greenwood. He'll be dangerous if he plays. And as I said, Rashford's come back and he's looked sharp. But if we control the game like I know we can, I think that we can keep them. I think we can limit any opportunities they have to score, and I think we can win reasonably comfortably.
Yeah. You know when it's bad when a player gets more respect from rivals than he does his own fans, but I guess that's because the Ronaldo fanboys have turned up, which I am slowly demolishing each and every single one of them off Twitter. It's okay because Greenwood passed the ball to Ronaldo yesterday. I hope they all saw it. He did it on more than one occasion as well. So let's not try and say that Greenwood done pass. Maybe it's because Ronaldo's not in the best spot. You never know. Ronaldo does just stand there, so he could just be unavailable. But Velv, what about you? Oppositional, which players make you a bit worried?
I got 4. So David De Gea, because he can pull off world-class save and prevent us from scoring. Mason Greenwood, Edison Cavani, and Liverpool third kit.
You don't have to worry about that because we're in the white one.
Oh, thank God! I hate that.
Aren't you?
You what? Sorry, no.
I said you're definitely in the away kit, aren't you?
Yeah, we're in the white one. Yeah.
I'm so
First time as well, so.
White
finally,
one.
that third kit. Literally, I'm using that every time we concede. I'm using third kit tax.
Well, that's all for the Let's Talk Premier League.
I am going to
like, subscribe, and peace.
What? Yes. Gini, you're off, aren't you?
Oh no, we just couldn't hear you, so I just thought I'd outro the video just in case.
Oh,
we can hear you now.
that's always helpful.
Yeah.
Well, that's all good then. You can hear me?
Yeah.
Excellent. We've also got Paul as well.
I am very sorry.
Every time he joins, he just joins. He goes, "I am very sorry."
It's just it's fine. You're early. You just started right now.
45
No, it's
minutes.
okay because
I've had football training
you-
and all that. I didn't know whether it was too late to come on or whatever, but I'm here.
now you've come just at the right time because we're going to do a United Liverpool combined 11. Because I'm going to get the United lot to do theirs tomorrow, and then I'm going to compare them and see if it's worth doing a preview stream. Because if you're both sort of agreeing, then it will just be pointless, and I'll go.
United
play
fans
FIFA
will
or eat a
never agree
pizza.
with us.
Man, like Quake.
Well, you never know. I mean, they might have seen the light. You never know. They might have seen the light. So what we're going to do is we're going to, because you play over DM and United play over CM, we're not going to be picky in how we have the midfield, right? So you're just going to have 3 midfielders, right? We're not going to get picky. What do you think? The player, like who is the better player to have in that position? Like, you know, how many? You've done a combined 11 before, right, Velv?
Yeah, but we usually do on form. That's what.
Oh, on form overall, whatever. It's all the same thing. Just which player would you prefer? If I had a gun to your head, Velv, which is tempting, I must say sometimes, and I told you to pick between, I don't know, fucking Cavani or Firmino, I want you to
Cavani.
pick who you want there.
Cavani.
Exactly. Right, so that is how we do it, Velv. Right? I didn't think I had to explain the rules on a combined 11, but apparently I do.
Sorry, Niall. Sorry, Niall. Can you say that again, please?
I blame the twats. I blame the twats who are going, right, we need to base it off form. Well, no, it's based it off everything. You're not telling me that you would pick Origi over Salah if he was in better form, would you? Right?
No.
Exactly.
No,
So,
I do have a question
Salah's
though. Is it
obviously
only
more
players?
consistent.
Is it only players that's available, or is it?
yes,
Right,
it's
okay.
only players that are physically available to play in the game on Sunday,
So
which
we
is
can't get
most
Leighton
of them,
Clarkson
I
in?
think. No, you can't have. Well, I don't think you'd get him anyway. But
Can Champions League Varane be in there?
no, because he's unavailable.
He's injured.
He's dead anyway.
He is injured.
Yeah.
So
Champions League
but
Varane.
I will allow Rashford because he is potentially available. So I'll allow
Sack him
Rashford. No, I'll allow Rashford because he might make it. But I will not. If you're so basically, if they're confirmed out, right? So Varane. I think Curtis Jones is even a doubt, so you could have Curtis Jones in there. I don't know who else is unavailable, but you know, Thiago. So yeah, the likes of Varane and Thiago cannot be in here. Craig Dawson for West Ham right now.
Oh yeah.
Do you like Man U? That's all. I hate them. Most people hate. Well, I reckon the Liverpool lot hate United. Big up to Ishak.
I think you hate United. Niall.
Oh, mate, I just love to banter them. They are now the Arsenal of the Premier League.
Do you know what? I haven't tuned into the United show yet. I've been saying I'll tune in just to watch you bloody banter them to pieces on their own show. By the way,
when RJ used to host it, I was quite banterous, but now I have to host it. I have to be somewhat diplomatic about it, which is really annoying. So if anyone does want to host United show,
let Mustafa host it. It'll be so funny.
I've never even spoken to Mustafa on a live stream, so I'm not exactly like, yeah, I've never spoken to you before, but come host a show, like engage your brain, Velv, like that bit where the brain is there, engage it.
I'm pretty sure he's come on sometimes.
It does normally help. But let's start. So goalkeeper, Tyler, De Gea or Alisson?
Alisson.
Interesting. Paul?
De Gea, no, I'm messing. Obviously, Alisson.
Yeah. Wow.
I mean, do you know what? I'll be honest. De Gea, okay, maybe. like you can argue that he isn't anymore, but he in his prime he was one of the best. He was
I'd argue
arguably the best goalie in the world.
I'd argue that he's the only thing stopping this team from being in a relegation battle.
Because he can be such, but obviously as a Liverpool fan and how Alisson is performing right now, I've got to say Alisson. I mean, it wouldn't be doing Alisson justice if I was leaving out of the team.
I hear that. What about you, Rack?
I mean, it would this whole process would be probably a lot quicker and easier, although maybe not as good for the content, if we just debated which Man United players actually do get in. Because I mean, maybe Greenwood as an attacker, and maybe I don't know, someone in Pogba or Bruno perhaps in one of the 8 roles. That's about it, really.
Yeah.
I tried to make these shows last an hour, so that's why I'm
sorry.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, Ali then.
Alisson, Velv.
Karius.
Fucking hell.
See, I think that boat sailed, to be
what
honest.
About Gini?
By the way, and this is one you want to debate, 'cause I know they'll all say De Gea, but it's Alisson in it.
Respect Karius, man.
Yeah, I mean, Mustafa says please include injured players. No. Mustafa's like, we could get Varane in there, please. Right back. Tyler.
Just fill in the back 5.
Trent, easy.
I think just put the whole defense.
Yeah, it's not.
Paul.
Can't. Right back.
Yeah.
Are we talking? Yeah, Trent, obviously. Like,
Rack.
Yep, agreed.
Velv.
I mean, Nico Williams has more assists than Jadon Sancho. Just saying. But no, it's true.
And Gini.
Trent.
No one keen on putting Wan-Bissaka in there.
No.
that's a
why
whole
would you
debate in
include
itself.
injured
Like,
players? Exactly, Ashak. Why would you? Left back. Actually, yeah, we'll do left back. So Luke Shaw or Robbo. Tyler.
Robertson.
Paul.
yeah. Again, Robertson, not really debatable. I don't think. Although I do like Luke Shaw. I think he is a good left back.
Overrated.
Yeah, I hear that.
I
Rack.
think he's underrated, if anything.
I mean, just because that other guy called him Shawberto, whatever the hell it was.
Oh my days.
For that reason alone is enough is to pick Robertson, but Robertson's also the far better player, so yeah, Robbo.
Did you get onto Peter Walton calling
I
Matip
hear that.
Mappet the other night?
Oh, dear.
Oh, I know.
Anybody get onto that?
I almost
on the
wanted
ball.
to stop watching. Yeah, I almost wanted to stop watching. I couldn't believe what I was hearing.
As soon
Velv.
as Peter Walters. Okay. Robertson.
And Gini.
Yeah, Chippy Tits had one good season, and they all thought he was clear. Robertson's so clear, man.
Yeah, I like consistency in my players.
Now for the tough job, picking the 2 centre backs. So you got
really
choices of Van Dijk, you got Matip, Gomez, Kanate, Maguire, Lindelof, Bailly, Phil Jones.
As if he's trying to sneak Phil Jones in.
I was always going to sneak Phil Jones in there.
McTominay could play centre back also.
Phil Jones is the greatest centre back the Premier League has ever seen. Let's not disrespect him. But Tyler, which 2 centre backs would you pick?
Well, if it's based on form, for me, it's pretty simple. Van Dijk and Matip.
It's not just based on form; it's based on everything.
Oh, it's still Van Dijk and Matip.
Paul, what about you?
So based on everything, basically.
Yeah, Van Dijk and Matip, like, yeah. Am I being controversial by maybe considering Maguire in there?
Yeah, you're being very controversial.
I just mean I'm just thinking of like the leader aspect of someone
Peter, I
like
will
that. in
find you
defence.
if you
You
put
know what? I'm
Maguire
probably
in.
going to shut up.
Hold on. Did you just say Maguire and leadership? Are you taking the piss?
No, I mean, because he's obviously.
I've got
captain of
more.
Man
I've
United.
got more leadership in my left testicle than he has his in the entire body.
I don't watch. I didn't watch him enough. I'll shut up.
Trust
I'm
me,
just.
you don't.
I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt. That's all.
Yeah,
We don't give
I
United
wouldn't.
players benefit of the doubt.
I wouldn't because
I want to be a journalist when I'm older. I want to be diplomatic.
Well, I'll help you on this one. As someone who has had the displeasure or pleasure, however you see it, of watching United a fair bit, and having to have watched Harry Maguire in a back four, not a back three, a back four, he is by far one of the worst centre backs I've ever watched in my life. He has made more mistakes than a convicted criminal who's in prison. He is literally.
I put in Matip over Maguire definitely. I'm just thinking about Maguire.
If you're gonna pick any of the centre backs, you pick out Eric
If
Bailly.
an informed Maguire.
No,
But alright, I'm not gonna. I'm gonna leave that one there. But I do go Matip. Whatever happens.
Yeah.
Like
Rack. Obviously, Van Dijk's in there already, but who are you partnering him with?
Joel.
Mr. Matip it is. And Velv.
Remove Van Dijk, put in Joe Gomez and Konate. They're both better than Maguire anyway.
Excellent. And Gini?
Map it.
Muppets.
Love it. Now, start with... oh, crikey. So, the three midfielders. Tyler, I might need a pen and paper for this one.
Definitely Fabinho.
Yeah.
Henderson. And... yeah, I'll probably, even though he don't really turn up in big games, I'll probably have to say Fernandes.
Yeah, I hear that. Paul?
yeah, I'd go the same to be honest. I mean,
Nice.
Liverpool don't exactly play with a Fernandes type player. The last Fernandes type player who played for Liverpool was Coutinho.
Yeah.
No, I'm thinking tactically. But like,
Yeah,
on paper, definitely.
That's why I've put
I
them
love
as
Fernandes in my
just,
team.
that's why I've sort of just put them as three central midfielders because United don't really play with a DM, do they? So it's yeah. But yeah, Rack, what about you?
See, I'd say Fabinho, Thiago, and then
Thiago's injured.
question I have. Yeah, Thiago's injured. Sorry. Okay. Fabinho, Keita.
Oh,
The thing is that if Pogba could be made to work hard, then I would put him in. But I don't know if he's capable of doing
no,
that.
please,
Or if he
please.
does
if Henderson can have the shooting of De Bruyne, then he's the best midfielder in the world.
That is a very good point. But I think Pogba has the ability. I don't know if Henderson has the ability to shoot like KDB. But you could also argue that fitness and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I'd say Keita.
Technically, KDB, in terms of like his skill, like his technical skills, KDB's obviously a better player than Henderson, but it's the leadership that Hendo brings to the Liverpool side that kind of goes unmatched, if you like, in terms of the likes of De Bruyne.
Yeah, look,
But
I think in general, for me, it would be Keita, Fabinho, and Henderson looking at this game.
Well, you're not putting Bruno in.
Fabi-
Go on, Rack.
No,
Go on,
no.
son.
No.
Fabinho, Hendo, and Keita.
Yeah.
Right. Also, Liam, I don't really know what you're on about, so just message me, as I have no idea what you're on about. But Velv, what about you?
Fabinho, Henderson, Pogba.
Okay. And Gini?
Pogba, Velv.
I love Pogba, man.
Oh my! Pogba's shown more highlights in his hair than he has for Man United. Fabinho, Henderson,
Don't
and then
put
that
Bruno.
rat face.
Don't. Why? Put Pogba, man.
Pogba,
Bruno,
come off.
I don't want that
Um,
pen merchant in that team.
Henderson. That's a little disrespectful. Now, onto the right wing.
Just a tiny bit.
Tyler, Salah?
Yeah, that is the easiest question you've ever asked me in the world.
I like to ask simple questions, Paul.
It would Salah, Ronaldo on the left wing.
No,
Ronaldo doesn't
Maybe.
get into this team.
Ronaldo's finished as a winger, man. He can't even dribble.
I mean, if you want to pick any United forward, I think Rack
I
got it out perfectly. Greenwood is available.
I beg to
so
differ about
we can-
Ronaldo being finished. Like,
Ronaldo is a finished pen merchant, and I'm gonna two for him the next time I see him.
man's 37 and doing step overs, bro. Allow it.
But Greenwood has played up front for United this season, so you can have Greenwood up front if needed. If you want to shoot,
Salah gets in, obviously. But
Yeah.
it's a hard. I don't want to kind
But
of.
also, if you can not have
Money
Ronaldo
over.
in this just to trigger United fans, that would be brilliant, as I would get clicks and views on Twitter, and that's what we need. But Rack, what about? I'm guessing you agree with Salah?
Hey, he's honest.
The Egyptian king.
Absolutely. Velv?
Salah.
Why would you not put in the best player in the world at the moment?
What, Minamino?
Yes.
I thought so.
Gabriel.
What about you, Genie?
Number one in the world.
Sorry, you can't have Benzema.
Shut up.
Now, onto the left wing. Who are you going for, Tyler? Rashford or Mane?
He said as a player.
What?
Go Mane just.
Ooh. Paul?
Just
Rashford or Mane?
again, Ronaldo doesn't play on left wing.
Ronaldo doesn't get into this team for me. You can pick Ronaldo if you.
Mane. I mean, I was again Liverpool fan. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do Mane over and go Ronaldo, but Ronaldo is he's such a quality player at the end of the day, isn't he? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can't. Yeah, it might be. He might be an adopted mank, but he is like what he's done. It's just he's quality.
Yeah. Rack, what about you? Mane or Rashford?
Rashford's a good player, but Mane, his form this season, he started off a little bit slow, but he's getting back to his best. And his goal scoring is superior to £100 million Lukaku and some of the other top strikers in the league. So yeah, I'll go with Mane.
Perfect. Velv?
Cade Gordon.
And Genie?
Yeah, Sadio. And make sure you tell them, Niall, you say it as a player, because United fans are very quick to forget after one season. But as Rack said, he's scoring the likes of Lukaku. He's outscoring the likes of Lukaku. So finished, I think not. Sadio Mane.
Bro, do you know people told me that his drop was worse than Hazard's? I'm like, you're waffling.
Lovely.
Can we play Ronaldo
now,
up front and Sadio Mane on the wing?
Shut up about Ronaldo. He's got dusty kneecaps. Get him gone.
I need to trigger United fans in a different way.
I don't want to jump on the Twitter opinion.
No,
Trainee,
I do agree that you do need a United forward there. I do agree with that. So I'm going to just suggest that it would be better for the United fans if they didn't see Ronaldo in this, because I will get you Ronaldo fanboys going absolutely mad. I'm going to just suggest Mason Greenwood just for absolute shits and giggles.
And you know what, Niall? I'm gonna agree with you because
Hey!
Ronaldo is a
He's
great
finished,
player and all
bruv.
that kind of stuff. But if you play with these players, when you're going to play a pressing system, which the rest of the team does, I don't think Ronaldo's going to press. I mean, his ineffectiveness in the press has already been demonstrated. So I think Greenwood's more capable and more willing to do that. So I'd play Greenwood as the main striker.
Wow, that's 2 votes for Greenwood. Paul, what about you?
I'm Firmino.
Oh, Firmino. Velv?
If it was Greenwood, then it won't be mad to the United fans, but I just want to trigger them, so Firmino.
Gini?
There's something that the cop wants you to know. The best in the world is Bobby Firmino. Yeah, Bobby Firmino.
Interesting.
Carry on,
Tyler?
carry on.
Firmino.
Yes.
Okay,
There it
United
is.
fans are going to have even more of a meltdown when they see that. I thought they would have had a meltdown when they see Greenwood in there over Ronaldo, but the fact that this could get brutal. I'm excited for when I post that up. But yeah, on that note, we are going to wrap it up there. I'll be back at 10 p.m. with Liam for I don't know who's playing music.
Come on, you to know. Best in the world is Bobby Firmino. Oh no, man! Give him the ball and he'll score every time. See, senor. Get the ball to Bobby and he will score. Hat trick at Old Trafford pending. Let's go!
Genie's got himself hyped up already.
Hey,
Genie, you've only got
his
another day.
confidence. I'm jumping on that.
You've only got another day to wait. Mustafa says Ronaldo up front. Hendo over Pogba, disgraceful midfield. This is the worst team in the world. Firmino goals ahead of Gunwood. But yeah, I can't wait to post that on Twitter because United fans are going to have a meltdown. If United fans,
that's exactly why you need to, Niall. That's exactly why you need to do it.
Exactly. If United fans do come across this, me and Rack were sensible and picked Greenwood. The rest of them picked Firmino. You can. Their handles are normally around there. But we are going to wrap it up. I'll be back at 10 p.m. with Premier League predictions. Follow me on Twitter at Niall_PAFC. Our Twitter is Let's Talk EPL and Instagram Let's Talk EPL_, and on TikTok Let's Talk Premier League. Paul, where can they find you?
Paul Wrightel FC on Twitter, and then through there is links to like me work with the Cop Ice and the Anfield Rap. Yeah, you can find me on there as well. I've got a couple on the Anfield Rap and then the Cop Ice as well. I'm an author for them, so check it out, please.
Perfect. What about you, Rack?
Here on Thursdays, obviously. Mondays on First 11. Bits and pieces on the terrace. I'll be on the preview for the United Liverpool show tomorrow in the studio. Twitter Spaces and Usman Talks on Fridays usually.
Perfect. Tyler?
As you can see, T-Boys TV. Niall, I'd like to say thank you for obviously putting me on this and putting my stuff in the description. I saw that earlier. Thank you for that. But yeah, I'm going to be doing a show, so at 9:30. So yeah, while you're watching Niall's, even though he's doing it around about 10, aren't you?
Yeah, 10 p.m. Probably be late,
Yeah.
mate.
Yeah, if you can and if you want, come on that beforehand. I'm going to be doing Premier League predictions with the United fans, so it's going to be interesting. So yeah.
Make sure you check that out. Gini, where can they find you?
Yeah, Genie in a bottle on Twitter. Any United fan that sees this, sees the combined 11, just know I made it. DM me on Twitter, and yeah, I'd love to read that.
Oh my God.
And also, I apologise to them for not putting the greatest Portuguese player of all time in Diogo Jota. So yeah, Genie in a bottle on Twitter.
Oh,
I'm just I'm just helping them if they can't understand what you're saying. There's your Twitter.
I missed this last week.
But yeah, Velv, where can they find you, mate?
I mean, if you can't find Genie's Twitter, then on Sunday, go in Old Trafford, look for a tubby little ginger boy. That'll be Genie.
Ginger.
Paul Scholes isn't playing.
If you want to go look for a ginger boy, go ahead.
I feel sorry for the tubby ginger kid that's going to get his head kicked in Old Trafford now. Misinformation has been given out, and now a tubby ginger kid is going to get his head kicked.
Any of you heading down to Old Trafford on Sunday?
I won't be.
Wish,
I'm
mate.
afraid.
I'm heading
I
to
wish,
Preston
I
on
wish.
Wednesday. My tickets are fine.
Enjoy.
I'll be in Plymouth. Had no interest.
I seen quickly, Niall. I seen him. Didn't you play on a water pitch the other day?
Mate, it was
That
only
was so
swimming pool.
funny.
Oh no, was
That
that Plymouth?
celebration was so funny.
Mm-hmm.
I saw that.
It's on E5.
That looked terrible. Like if that was,
2-0.
I'm surprised that went ahead because if that was like,
Well,
that
but,
was my
well, no,
Champions League
it
team,
only went
they'd
like
get
that
called.
for the last 10 minutes. It only went for the last 10 minutes. The whole pitch was fine for the first 85 minutes of the match. But then the last 5+ added time, the pitch was like, look, I've taken as much as I can. Screw it. Up it comes. Enjoy. Which actually turned out to be quite good. It was one of the best goals I've ever seen at home park. And the best goal celebration that you'll ever see in English football. I'm sorry, but when someone swims in the Devonport end and he's joined by 9 of his teammates who swim with him, that has got to be one of the best celebrations ever. Like Ryan Hardy looked like he was like, "What? You want me? Are you sure?" Because he sort of fell down. He was like, "I didn't know if I like that." But no, it was a great goal. I feel for Danny Mayer because he had done all the hard work only to be tackled by some water. So Hardy picks up the ball and is tackled by a puddle. And then Ryan Broom goes, screw this, top bins it is, and just shoves it into the back of the net.
Jared Bowen's a class player, by the way.
It was absolutely brilliant.
Yeah,
but yeah, Velv, where can they find you, Velv? Because you've just got a tubby ginger kid beaten up at Old Trafford. But where can they find you when you're not getting other people beaten up? I'm guessing he can't be found. Well, you can find him at Vel_skills. Also getting tubby ginger scousers beaten up at Old Trafford apparently. Apologise in advance for that, Mr. Tubby. But we'll be back at 10 p.m. But until then, guys, thanks for watching and peace out.